Eagle's air superiority is achieved through a mixture of unprecedented maneuverability and acceleration, range, weapons, and avionics. Coming in from the left. F-15 Eagle. We'll get a little demonstration of that rate of climb.
And is still going strong to this day, and we are very pleased that the crew has flown from Arkansas to be with us here at the 2025 Oregon International Air Show. Right now, from the high and to the left, it is the 4 freight fans of the C-130J Super Hercules. C-130J is Super Hercules. And there's the high performance climb to about 3,500 feet above the ground.
Things that you picked up at the vendor tents and that sort of thing. One souvenir we don't want you to go home Put on a hat. We want you to go home in better condition than when you arrived here at the air show.
Yeah, that's a whole lot of hashtag no for me.
Now let's watch as he goes up on that 45 Marine Temple. Coming in for that maneuver at 180 miles, folks. As he flips the airplane. Coming out of that 44 years old from Logan, Utah. Brad Worsted is part of our Addiction Air Show. What does unlimited
today by Greg Anders. In the 1960s, right nearby at the Aurora State Airport. And that's where he and his Sukhoi are based today. He is an airshow veteran, a performer, and a former airline captain, flying everything from 737s, Airbus A320s, and even McDonnell Douglas DC-8s for a major U.S. airline. Today, he stands in as the Pacific Northwest's quintessential airshow performer, as right now brings this Russian radial-engined airplane in once again from the right. Watch him now as he rolls the aircraft 270 degrees rather, back to a level flight as he pulls back on the stick once again. In his right hand, the control stick, in his left hand, the throttle, and down by his feet, he has his rudder pedals, working the ailerons for roll, the elevator for pitch, and the rudder for yaw, to do things with this aircraft once thought to be impossible.
A 360-degree roll rate, that's one roll per second.
That's a lot of green, blue for
and
you and
it
me.
happens very, very quickly. I'd get dizzy pretty quick. But these aerobatic pilots, it may look like it's spinning around super fast to us because we're not used to flying this.
some of those iconic aircraft. First, I'll take our forward to the back. Grumman Iron Works, an air manufacturer that made a great deal. There's the wave pass by the SBD as David and it was indeed.
We're credited with 40 of the 91 enemy aircraft lost.
Weapon and, of course, diving Hellcat. The designers developed what were known as dive ranks. They would come out, and were these panels that would come out on top and the bottom part of the wings. They had some holes in them that kind of looked like Swiss cheese. This is the is on as they work their way in from the right.
In the lead is Dave Watson on his left wing, his brother Drew Watson. Dave flying a Mark IV version of the Harvard, and Drew flying the Mark II, arcing up into the beautiful sky, looking tied together. The formation of Barnstormer's Loop.
The start of the year, the world was moving.
Now, of course, those smoke systems and after these airplanes, so that we can follow their maneuvers through the sky, but it is also a safe.
Just to name a few.
Now watch, believe it or not, Drew and Dave Watson are starting their rejoin. Let's watch as they come in from the eastern end of the field off to our left. In the lead is Dave Watson going up to start the first half of a Barnstormer's Loop. Right about here, he's going to be looking for his brother. He wants to make sure he continues the loop, extends the loop before his brother passes by. And there goes Drew up into another Barnstormer's Loop. They're going to continue in this, what we like to call a squirrel cage looping maneuver. Again, Dave picking up his brother, making sure he extends the loop just enough so that they don't meet there at the bottom end of the loop.
A big round of applause, everybody, for Yellow Thunder and the Entrail Squirrel Cage maneuver. One of the hard.
Right there, Drew Watson pulls up into the sky. He's going to perform for us the full human eight. It is a figure eight lying sideways in the sky, all within the confines of the aerobatic box. Drew Watson receiving his private pilot's license back in 2002. In fact, he just published a picture on Facebook of his conclusion of his first solo. It's a much younger Drew Watson in that picture. He completed his training in a Fleet Canuck, checked out in his father's Warbird. That's the airplane Dave now holds. Back in 2005, he bought this particular airplane in 2000. 2007 from his father's friend. Through a prior business owner in the IT industry, providing computer network services across Canada. Here comes Brother Dave, arching up into the sky, straight up into the sky before he runs out of airspeed. He's going to pivot over in the hammerhead. Else we should mention is that these airplanes do not have what's called an inverted fuel and oil system, which means they don't like to fly upside down very much. All through the performance here this afternoon, they have to manage their rolls very, very carefully. Every once in a while, you may hear that engine cough and burp when it's upside down. That's an indicator to the pilot that you've got to get me upside down very quickly, or your afternoon is going to turn sour very quickly.
We were talking a little bit about G-forces earlier on. Even though we watch one of our Yellow Thunder pilots perform this barrel roll, even though he was upside down, if you could actually pour it.
From the left, the Growler split range. Ladies and gentlemen, from the left right banana pass.
Coming in hot.
Ladies and gentlemen, from your left at high speed, the reaction brake. The Growler tap pitch.
heart to all the volunteers here today. They're this weekend in McMinnville.